Hello and welcome. We will continue our journey of learning HTML, and in this video we will learn to insert images like these into our web page. Alright, now let me minimize this. Here I have four images. The same four are available to you too. Now if I right click on an image and select properties, I can see that it is a .jpg file. Alright, so all four are .jpg files. Now let me select all these, cut them, go to my folder and make a new folder here by the name images, and go into this folder and paste the images here. Alright, so all four images are inside the images folder. Now I do not need this. Let me delete this. Alright, let me delete this. Now this is chapter 2, but then I will use the chapter 1. I will edit this and I will continue teaching you. Alright, now let me right click on this, select open with and select notepad. Okay, notepad. Now this gives me the HTML file that we have created in the first video. Okay, first video. Now let me open this. And you can see this is the result of this. And this is what we had created in the first video, correct? First video. Now let us continue in this itself. Okay. Now if I see this, if I look at this, let me go to the top. I have an image of ginseng right below the heading, correct? Ginseng right below the heading. So let me do that first. So I have the heading ginseng here. Below this, let me use image tag, img and this. Okay. Now see, this has an opening tag and a closing tag. This has an opening tag, a closing tag. This paragraph element has a opening tag and a closing tag, correct? But this image tag, which is used to insert images like these, doesn't have separate tags for opening and closing. Okay, so it is only one tag. So this is the opening and this is the closing. It is only one. We do not have separate opening and closing tags. Alright, so it is open bracket, img and then / close bracket. Okay, so this is only one. Now we are saying that insert an image by using img tag, insert an image. But what image or which image? The image which is in the folder images. And there are four files here, four images. Which one do I want? I want ginseng, correct? So here we have to mention the source of the image, and we do that by using or saying src, which stands for source, is equal to and double quotes. Okay, src is equal to and double quotes, and inside the double quotes should be the location of ginseng. So now the location is relative to this HTML file. Okay, it is relative to this HTML file. Now where is this HTML file? Inside website folder, correct? So on the desktop, let me minimize this. On the desktop I have a folder website, and inside this I have chapter1.html. Okay, chapter1.html. Now inside the same website folder I have images, correct? So both are inside website folder. So now relative to this, where is the image? It is inside images folder. So I have to say images and forward slash, and what is the file name? ginseng.jpg. We must also mention the file extension ginseng.jpg. Okay, ginseng.jpg. Now let me save this. Control S to save, or go to file and select save. Come back here and let me refresh it. You can either click here or press F5 on the keyboard. And I have photo of the ginseng. Now it is very big image. It is a very big image. Let me correct this later. Now let me proceed to add three more images. Okay. So I'll do that now. So next image that I want is below heading cinnamon. For that I need to use img tag. And what is that tag? Img tag is only this much. And inside this I must mention source src is equal to, where is the image? In images folder. And what is the file name? Cinnamon, correct? Cinnamon.jpg, cinnamon.jpg. All right, and close the double quotes. Let me save and let me refresh. So I have cinnamon. Okay, I have cinnamon. Next, fenugreek. Let me quickly do that too. I want you to practice too, right? Only when you practice, you'll understand and remember the codes. Okay, fenugreek.jpg, yes, and finally turmeric. Source is equal to images turmeric.jpg, close the quotes and close the tag. Let me save it and let me go here and refresh it, and I can see I have 4 images. Okay, now this is fine, but I need to reduce the size of the images, right? I need to reduce the size of the images. So if you see here, so we have very small images here. Now let us reduce the size. Okay, we reduce the size by mentioning width and height. Width is equal to some amount which should be inside quotes, and height is equal to, in double quotes, the value of height. All right, so let me quickly copy this and paste it here too, so that you don't have to wait till I type. Okay, type. Now what should be the width and height? It is entirely left to you. All right, now let me go here and right click on ginseng and go to properties. I can see the resolution as 1280 into 720. Okay, in details I can see the dimensions of this image as 1280 into 720. So the width is more and the height is less. So once again, it is left to you what image do you want to show on your website. For now, let me select 600 as width and 500 as height. Okay, I do not want this much, I do not want this much. Okay, I do not want this much. I want it to be reduced to 600 into 500. All right, so let this also be 600 into 500. Okay, 600, 500, and this too, to maintain consistency, 600 into 500. All right, now let me save this. I have saved it. Let me refresh it and you can see I have photos here. Now once again, the values that you mention here decides how this photo looks. Now if you look at this, it is stretched out, it is not proper. So this is a random value which I have given, 600 into 500. But once you start practicing, you will know what image you have to use on your website, and you can use the proper one. If you use improper values, then you can see it being stretched horizontally and sometimes vertically too. Alright, so if you see here, it is small and it is big here. Alright, it is big. So let me reduce it to 400 and 200. Let me see what happens. 400, 200, 400, 200, 400, 200. Okay, let me save it and let me refresh it. Yeah, let me refresh it, and I've got, see, compressed image like this. Once again, the dimension is not right, and that is why I'm getting this. But then it is a good practice to mention the width and height of the image. Alright, otherwise sometimes if you use exact or entire size, the page will flicker. Okay, the page will flicker. So it is best practice to use a fixed image like this. Now you must remember that even though you mention the width and height of the image, so the image of this resolution will be downloaded when the page loads. Okay, when the page loads, this image will be downloaded. Okay, this image of dimension 1280 into 720 will be downloaded, but only this 400 into 200 will be displayed. Okay, so if you are not understanding this, do not worry about it right now. Alright, so now we have added image. One more feature is left out, which is once again important. So let me go here and explain it to you. So what we need to add here is alt. Okay, alternate text. We say alt and we say is equal to, and inside double quotes, what we must mention is the description of the image. Okay, image source. So the HTML file knows that this is an image. Now inside alt, we must mention we must describe the image. Okay, what is this? Image of ginseng. Okay, image of ginseng. Now I'll do this quickly for other four, and I'll explain it to you, the importance of this. Okay, now this is cinnamon, correct? Cinnamon, and here it is of fenugreek, and here it is of turmeric. Okay, now let me save it and let me refresh it. So you cannot see any difference here. Now what this alternate text does is, this description gets loaded if the image fails to load. Okay, now we have an image, correct? We have an image. Now if this image fails to load for some reason, alright, so what happens is some will have turned off loading of images. We have settings in browsers to turn off downloading of images. So we may do that. So if we do that, images will not load. Next, if the internet connection is slow, then the image may not load. Okay, if the internet connection is slow, the image may not load. If the image does not load, then this will be displayed. Okay, this will be displayed in the place of image. Alright, so now let me do that and show it to you. Let me type SVENG. Okay, I have mistyped I have written wrong spelling here. So it is not ginseng, I have written V. Alright, so let me save, and now let me refresh it. So you can see we have fixed this size. We have fixed this size. So you can see 400 into 200, and we have mentioned it as image. So this is an image. This is an image, or this is the place which is meant for image. But due to our error, okay, due to our mistake, the HTML is not able to find this image. Okay, find this image, and so it is not able to load the image. It is not able to load the image, and when it is not able to load the image, it will display the alt text. It will display the alt text. So image of ginseng. Okay, now let me correct this. Let me correct this and save it and refresh it. So the image gets loaded. The alt text does not get displayed. Okay, so alt text gets displayed only when image doesn't get displayed. So once again, let me do that here. Let me type X, okay, X, and let me save it and let me refresh it. So here you can see alt text image of cinnamon. Okay, now some use screen readers too. Alright, so when people use screen readers, now it reads out the alt text. Okay, it reads out the alt text because it cannot read out images. Alright, now that is one use of alt text. So it is better to use alt text and the size of the image too. Alright, so that is about this. Now let me consider few other cases. Let me go to website folder and images folder. Okay, let me cut these four. Let me cut these four and paste it here. Okay, and paste it in the same location of chapter 1. And now images is empty, so let me delete this. Let me delete this. So if the images are in same folder as of this, then how do we change this? How do we change this? Now all we need to do is delete this part. Okay, images slash. So images slash, delete it. Images slash, delete it, and images slash, delete it. Now save it, and now when I open it, it gets loaded properly. It gets loaded properly. Okay, so as it is in the same folder as of this chapter 1 HTML file, you don't have to mention anything here. You just have to mention file name .jpg. So it gets loaded from the same folder. Okay, so this is first case. Let me close this. Let me close this. Now let me create two more folders. Folder number 1 and folder number 2. Folder number 2. Okay, I will cut these images and paste it in folder number 1. Okay, folder number 1. And let me cut this and paste it in folder number 2. Folder number 2. Okay, folder number 2. Now HTML file is in folder number 2 and images are in folder number 1. So now how do I edit the code? Alright, how do I edit the code? I'll open this. I'll open this. Now see, it is in folder number 1. Folder number 1, which is one level up, correct? One level up. Yes. So now what you need to do is here use two dots. Okay, two dots, and then forward slash, and the folder name is 1, and then one more slash. Okay, so these two dots means up one level. Okay, up one level, and up one level inside folder 1, and inside the folder 1 we have ginseng.jpg. Here also two dots and slash 1 slash cinnamon.jpg. Here too 2 dots slash 1 slash fenugreek, and here too 2 dots slash 1 slash turmeric. Okay, so let me save it. Go to folder number 2 and open it to see the result. Okay, to see the result. So this is also fine. Next, one more case. Let me take one more case. So inside folder number 1, I have these images, correct? Now let me create one more folder and let the name of the folder be 3. Okay, 3. And let me cut these images and paste it here. Okay, inside folder number 3. See, now inside website folder we have 2 folders. Inside second folder we have HTML file, and inside folder number 1 I have one more folder, folder number 3, and inside it I have these 4 images. So I want to use these images here. Alright, so let me do it. Let me close this. Yeah. So what I need to mention here is, so inside folder 1 I have one more folder named 3. That's all, correct? So 3 slash. So up one level, which is mentioned by 2 dots, and then inside folder number 1, inside folder number 3, I have ginseng. And same goes here. 3 slash and 3 slash and 3 slash. Okay. So let me save it. And let me open this to see the result. Okay, to see the result. So it is fine and it is working. Alright. So that's it for this video. I want you to go ahead and practice the same thing that we have seen just now and learn it properly. Alright. So go ahead and experiment with the codes. Use different images, put them in different folders and try to insert them into your web page. Alright, so do these things and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.